Right now, somewhere in this video, you are going to yawn. Maybe you already did. Just reading the word triggered something in your jaw. It feels automatic, boring even. A little involuntary stretch your body does when you're tired or bored. But the real answer is far stranger. Your yawn is not about oxygen. It is not really about tiredness either, not in the way you think. It is a survival mechanism that has been quietly running in the background of your skull for millions of years, and it is doing something your conscious mind has no idea about. Let's start with what you were taught. Most people believe yawning is your body's way of grabbing more oxygen. You're low on air, so you open wide and gulp some in. It sounds logical. It is also wrong. In 1987, researchers Robert Provine and Bridget Gallup tested this directly. They had volunteers breathe pure oxygen, then breathe a mixture with extra carbon dioxide. If the oxygen theory were true, the carbon dioxide group should yawn more, desperate for fresh air. Neither group yawned any differently than normal. So if it's not about air, what is it about? Your brain runs hot. Literally, neurons firing all day generate heat, and your brain is remarkably picky about its temperature. Too warm and processing speed drops, reaction time slows, mood dips. A yawn is a thermal reset button. When you open your mouth wide and inhale sharply, you pull in a rush of cooler air. That air flows past blood vessels close to the surface of your sinuses and throat, cooling the blood heading straight to your brain. Your jaw stretch also increases blood flow to the head, like opening a vent on an overheating engine. Researchers Andrew Gallup and Gordon Gallagher tested this with something almost embarrassingly simple. They had people hold either a warm pack or a cold pack against their forehead while watching videos of other people yawning. The cold pack group yawned far less when they saw someone else yawn. Their brains were already cool. They didn't need the reset. This is where it gets stranger. You've felt it. Someone yawns near you, and a few seconds later, you yawn too. You can't stop it. Even reading about yawning enough times in this video may have already gotten you. Why would your brain copy someone else's reset button? The leading idea connects to something deep in human history. Before climate control, before clocks, before any of the comforts you take for granted, your ancestors lived in tight social groups. Survival depended on the group staying alert together, especially at moments of transition. Dusk, dawn, the shift from activity to rest or rest to activity. A yawn may have worked like a silent alarm. One person's brain runs warm and signals a transition is coming. Their yawn ripples outward. Soon the whole group's alertness recalibrates at the same time, like a synchronized changing of the guard. Here's the part that should give you pause. Contagious yawning isn't random. Studies, including work by primatologist Franz de Waal, found that people are far more likely to catch a yawn from someone they're emotionally close to. A family member, a close friend, a romantic partner. Strangers barely register. Your brain is using yawns to measure social closeness without you ever noticing. Even more unsettling, some research suggests that people on the autism spectrum, who often process social cues differently, show reduced contagious yawning. The yawn isn't just a temperature gauge. It might be a quiet readout of how plugged in you are to the people around you. Think about your last meeting, your last long car ride with someone, your last late night with a friend. Did you yawn together? Now think about animals. Dogs yawn when their owners yawn. Chimpanzees yawn in sync within their troops. Even some fish display synchronized mouth-opening behaviors before group movements. This isn't a human quirk. It's older than humans. It's wired into how social brains coordinate, stretching back tens of millions of years on the evolutionary tree. So every yawn you've ever had is doing at least two jobs at once: cooling your brain and quietly checking you into the social network around you. There's one more layer. Yawning increases right before sleep and right after waking. Both are moments when your brain temperature is shifting rapidly, either dropping as you wind down or climbing as you wake up. The yawn smooths that transition, like a thermostat catching up to a sudden change in setting. This means every yawn is, in a small way, your brain telling you something about its own state. Too warm, transitioning, syncing with someone nearby. None of this reaches your conscious awareness. You just feel the urge, open your mouth, and move on. Here's the modern mirror. You live in a world your ancestors never could have imagined. Climate-controlled rooms, screens that keep your brain running hot well past sunset, video calls where you can't physically sense the people you're talking to. And yet, on a video call, when someone yawns on camera, you still feel that pull. Your ancient social radar is still trying to sync with people who might be thousands of miles away, flattened into a small rectangle on a screen. Next time you yawn or catch one from someone else, you'll know what's actually happening. Your brain is cooling itself down, and in that same breath, it's quietly asking the room, are we still in sync? And somewhere right now, you're gonna yawn again.